What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists, and welcome to this video about my restoration of my Totopoly board game. Now you may remember, and I'll even save and edit here and just go to there. You may remember we had a look through at this and how I wanted to restore a game of Totopoly using these two sets here, or a combination of, or other stuff as well. Now I'd love to go for the big set with the big board, because I think it looks fantastic. Sure, it's a little worn around the edges, but what would you expect for a game that's so old? I mean, it just looks amazing to me. But anyway, as we discovered, looking through, we came up a horse short. We did indeed. We came up a horse short. But we also discovered that I had an extra yellow one, which is strange. Now this yellow one does not look like it was part of this set. The yellow is slightly different. But that said, it does look the same. It looks identical, like made from the same mold. It's just that they're a different type of paint. But I was going to use this one. So at first I thought I was a blue horse missing, but I had an extra yellow one. So I thought, brilliant. I know, I'll get an extra. I'll paint the yellow one, the extra yellow one, the blue. There you go, to make up for it. But as it turns out, I'm also a black horse missing. So anyway, I went on to good old eBay and I came up with, hang on, let me just pop this back here. Oops, where are we? This. It's a spare #1 horse, which was Dark Warrior from an original Totopoly set. Obviously one of the older ones. Now I'm looking at this one thinking, right, okay, he needs a paint job, but they all need a paint job, and he looks to me as if it's been possibly tried to have been stripped. So I'm going to try stripping this one down. Problem is, I don't have that much Dettol left. I just have a smidgen. I've tried other detergents or antiseptic solutions, so far to no avail. This chloroxylenol possibly is the ingredient that the others don't have. I don't know, but there's definitely something in this that works for stripping miniatures better than the others. So I have a choice. Do I soak him in this dish here, or would you be better in this one here? Now I'm thinking the tin, because it's a smaller base and you might get more covered easily. See, I want to repaint them all, so I want to strip them all, and I don't know if this is even going to work, or whether I'll need something more more aggressive, like, you know, nail varnish removal or something. I don't know, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm thinking, looking at it now, yes, I'm thinking I'm going to pop him in there, the tin. So that's what I'm going to do live on camera. Yeah, that is definitely Dettol. Let's pour that in there. Right. Now this is a test, okay, before I order more, which I'll need to do anyway at some point. Right, so there he is. He is soaked now, and he is covered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave him for a couple of days, literally. I'm going to pop this in. Oh look, it was a ice cream stick as the lid. I'm going to pop that on top just to cover it up, so I can forget about it for a couple of days. Then that will be the experiment, to see if I can do the same thing with the other horse miniatures, and so we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. So I'll come back to you when at least a few days have expired and see how it's progressing. Right, okay. Now I haven't left it 2 days, I've left it 1 day, and I'm hoping you will see in there that the paint is coming off of the horse rather nicely there. I don't want to zoom in too much because yeah, you can see that. See how it's all, see these bits of paint here, it's taking it off the horse, it's stripping it easily. So with that in mind, I thought I would, as I ran out of Dettol, I thought I would try something else. Now the only thing I could afford to get yesterday was this Dettol, which is like half the price of the other one. The only difference I can see is it's being the lavender and orange oil. It's like literally about half the price of the other Dettol, same size bottle. So I'm going to try that on, I've picked 2 yellow horses. Now one is a slightly different shade of yellow, so I'm guessing it's from a different set, different paint. I don't know if any of this will make any difference on it. I'm going to try and strip the one with the number on, number 9, because that's kind of a glossier paint. So I'm going to put that in another tin like so. And I'm going to pour this Dettol onto it. Nice. So there's about, yeah, there's just a little bit more, about the same amount in there. Let me just pop the lid back on this Dettol, because that would be a money saving feature if I discovered that this Dettol worked as well as the original, the brownie coloured Dettol, then that would be excellent. So I'm going to leave this horse here to soak in that, see if that makes any difference at all to it. For all I know, the original Dettol might be able to strip it and this doesn't, but if this does strip this, I'm laughing. Now the other thing I want to try, and I'm going to try it on this horse, which is a slightly different paint. It's like a more matte colour paint, but I'm going to try this Sainsbury's Basics disinfectant. Yeah, because this is really cheap and I don't know. So in goes the horse, and I'm going to pour this disinfectant over. It'll probably do nothing. There, so he's nicely covered, and I'm going to leave this in front of this one just so I don't forget or mix up which one's which. Now I know that's original Dettol, and yeah, and like I say, as you can see, I mean, it's completely stripped. I reckon just trying to turn the horse over. If I can get the other side of the horse, I don't know. Easier said than done. There we go. But yeah, it's stripping this side too. I could clean that up now and it would be perfectly fine. I'm just finding out at the moment what's working, what's going to work for the horses. Strip them, paint them, and I will gloss varnish them, and probably hand paint the numbers on. Yeah. Yeah, the paint's just falling off. Nice and easy. And I'm hoping the same will be true of these. It would be good. You know, I'm not expecting too much for half the price, but you never know. You just don't know, do you? Might just make it smell nice when I take it out to put in some real Dettol. I mean, I've got to get some real Dettol anyway at some stage to, you know, there's going to be other stuff I need to strip for definite. Unless, of course, in the interim, this works fine. So that's what I'm going to do for that. Okay, I'll take a look at the lid of the box next. Okay, looking at this, it's in quite a bad way. all the corners are taped up. I suppose, as you'd expect, the tape is well yellowed, and I think it won't be too much of a problem to peel off. So I've peeled off of that piece there. It's very yellow. You kind of see the green difference in the colour. Oops. Of the box there. I'm not trying to make the box look pristine or anything. I just want it to be serviceable, really. Looks like one of those households, you know, the ones that tape your board games up when you move house. Looks like it could have been one of those households. Oh dear, it's been taped a couple of times by the looks of things. Yeah, and I might just have to go over the tape with more tape. Take tape off where I can. I don't really want to be taking off too much of, no, I'm going to leave that on there. So to make it serviceable, we'll just cut that off there. Right, I'm going to put some new tape over the top of it. One little bit to hold it in place while I work on it. Right, so so hold that in place there. Actually, I'm thinking, looking at the box, thinking about PVA glue, and that might be a good call. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I need to hold this piece in place. So again, I'll get a little bit of tape. It's kind of future-proofing it, I guess, to a degree. I'll put some PVA glue on the insides of the corners here. Right, I'll be back with the PVA glue. And yeah. Okay, here we are. Magic of editing. PVA glue. I think I'll use a big brush for this. Don't want to wet it really, just get the bristles like so. And it really doesn't matter about bristles coming out. So what I'm going to do here, this is to add a bit of strength to the cardboard. In the corners, I'm just going to pop some PVA glue, and I might run it down the sides as well, just for good measure. In fact, I'm going to do that. So, bit of PVA goodness going on here. Then once I've done that, I'll tape up the corners. Because this is an old lid, I want to try and preserve it to the best of my ability. I'm not a restorer or anything like that, but I do kind of want to restore it in a sense, after a fashion. Don't know how. I wonder how old this game is. In fact, but the PVA glue will it will kind of strengthen and seal the folds in the cardboard, which make up the the dimensions of the lid itself. When it dries, it will harden, and it'll also have a protective layer, add a protective layer to it, which is always good. You know. In fact, I've got quite a bit of PVA glue. It's quite within my abilities to do the whole thing. I don't know whether I should do that. I'm probably going to do that. Just taking some of this old tape off on this side, which I can do. There, that's fine. I do have a bigger brush, but I don't know, it's quite therapeutic doing this. It's a bit like priming a model. Almost, he says. That's all the corners done. So yeah, I'm going to go on and do the whole thing on the inside here. So I think we'll cut it here. Okay, there you can see I've finished. I've PVA glued the entire inside of the lid and along the bottoms, and I've gone around the outsides, and I've taped the corners. For a while it'll be more like malleable, it'll be softer, but once it dries, it'll harden up and provide a really nice protective layer, which I may then go around the outside of the edges of the box, and depending on how that looks, maybe the entirety of the box lid itself. And so yeah, that'll give it a good bit of protection. So you can see it's all getting patchy now. It's because it's drying and it's all different thicknesses as it goes on. So yeah, we'll come back in another part and look at the contents. I'll do that in another video, but that's it for now. Got the horses, experimenting on those. The one is a success, and that's the Dettol. As you can see, perhaps he's pretty much all like shiny metal now, and that's because the paint has been stripped right off it. So we'll see how the others do. So we'll probably start off the next video with that. If either one of the other two solutions is a success, then I will go with that solution to strip the rest of the horses. If not, I will go back to original Dettol and I'll use that to strip the rest of the horses. So in the next video, I will start with horses that are all completely stripped of their paint, and yeah, and then we'll be looking at the contents of the box itself. So thank you for watching this, and yeah, we'll come. It's an enjoyable and unusual project, I must say, but one I'm enjoying, and I hopefully will be able to increase the longevity of my board games by doing this. You know, these kind of future-proofings, particularly on old games where the box of the lid is not in the greatest of quality and of conditions. So yeah, we'll see how the PVA glue affects it, and I can let you know. You see for yourselves that if it's a complete disaster, then obviously don't try this at home, you know. But if it works well, I will let you know how well it is and, you know, how tough it is. You may want to give it a go yourselves at some point. So anyway, until the next video, remember, all brushes lead to war, even glue brushes, and I will see you on the next video. So bye for now.